Part of our mission statements is that we are an LGBTQ affirming space. We're probably one of the first in the nation to say that in our mission statement.
When you have that sense of community, that loneliness, that despair decreases and that self-efficacy increases.
Whoever you are, wherever you are in your life, you can do whatever you want.
Here at Stitch, we celebrate the ways everyday people are making this country a kinder place to live, one incredible story at a time. COVID-19 shut down a number of much-needed queer spaces and events. So LGBTQ people and allies across the country found new ways of building community amid the pandemic. A church hosts a virtual celebration honoring the marriages of both LGBTQ and straight couples for the first time.
This is a really big Sunday for us. This has been a 27-year dream for us.
Asbury is doing what Jesus would have done.
More than 30 couples previously unable to have their marriages recognized at Asbury Memorial Church in Savannah, Georgia, signed on for the event. That included Catherine Gilbert and Sandra Golden, who have been together for 17 years.
To be able to have this ceremony on Sunday and to have all of our friends and family really see it and our church community to be part of it really makes it special and gives us that feeling that we didn't get to have 5 years ago.
The United Methodist Church's ban on same-sex marriage previously kept the church from honoring their marriage.
Something was missing. You know, it was meaningful to us and we were really thrilled to be able to do it, but to not to be able to share it with our larger family and community and our church family really left us feeling like, yes, we were able to be officially married, but we weren't really able to be recognized in a married relationship.
Because of the ban, Asbury Memorial opted not to host any marriage ceremonies starting in 2016. Now, things have changed.
We have separated from the denomination, and so we're wanting to celebrate all of the couples, LGBT people and straight people who could not be married in their sanctuary.
Catherine and Sandra were thrilled to have the chance to celebrate their love at Asbury Memorial.
To say, you know, we can participate in every celebration from birth to death, including marriage, is really significant for those of us who choose to be in a married relationship.
I think that's the most wonderful thing about this church is that everyone is accepted.
After a long fight, an educator got the good news that his plans for an LGBTQ affirming charter school would soon become a reality.
When we got to that point where we had enough votes that we were going to be approved, I actually jumped out of my chair. And I shouted.
Dr. Michael Wilson faced significant challenges trying to get approval to open the Magic City Acceptance Academy. But now it's official. He'll be the principal of the school in Homewood, Alabama, which is meant to provide a safe space for LGBTQ identifying students.
Part of our mission statements is that we are an LGBTQ affirming space. And we're probably, I know we're the first in Alabama to say that, but we're probably one of the first in the nation to say that in our mission statement.
That mission includes providing mental health counseling, among other services.
We want to create an environment that's very trauma-informed so that we can help the students through issues they're having.
The Academy is expected to welcome 250 to 300 6th to 12th graders in its first year. Even before the student lottery opened, the public charter school has garnered a great deal of interest.
The phone's been ringing off the hook, and responses on our webpage have been coming in all day.
Ahead of the school opening its doors to students, Dr. Wilson knows what he wants future graduates to feel once they get their diplomas.
I hope they walk away with a sense that they are valuable and that they have a space in this greater community.
Another first, the coordinator of an inpatient residential program for LGBTQ youth says there isn't another one like it in the U.S.
To celebrate them, it is something that can send somebody's life in a totally different trajectory than what could have been.
The NEST program, led by Chris Williams, is part of Cedar Ridge Behavioral Hospital in Oklahoma. The 30 to 90-day program provides mental health treatment for teens who identify as LGBTQ.
Our suicide rates with LGBT kids are 4 to 5 times more likely than their straight counterparts. Add the T to that, and it's almost 9 times more likely.
The NEST program is meant to combat issues many LGBTQ youth have, accessing quality health and mental health care, along with historical trauma.
To understand really what it is to have minority stressors and what those minority stressors look like is how we're gearing this program.
More than anything, Williams hopes the program creates an environment that empowers its patients.
The Trevor Project just came out with the 2019 report that said, one affirming adults lower suicidality by 40%. When you have that sense of community, that loneliness, that despair decreases, and that self-efficacy increases.
Next, a transgender electrician strikes out on her own to help serve a community in need.
Every person that I went to seemed to say the same thing. We're waiting 2 months for an electrician. The prices are pretty high because people are so busy that they're charging what they want. And that we want to support somebody that's, from a marginalized community.
So Grace Kahn decided to help them find what they were searching for. Grace is a trans woman who worked for a larger company before starting Village Voltage LLC.
There's something about taking your hands and producing something that is really, really satisfying for me. You get a satisfaction every day. I don't clock in every day and frown all day.
Grace got help from the community when she was getting Village Voltage off the ground, and her work falls in line with the mission of Vermont Works for Women, ensuring the success of women and people in marginalized groups within traditionally male-dominated careers.
It's extremely empowering and inspiring to hear about women who have persevered and risen above some of the challenges to become successful in non-traditional fields.
But for Grace, it's also simpler than that. She's just doing what she loves.
I am a trans person, but that's not all of me. I'm an electrician. I'm a good electrician. I'm a funny person. Whoever you are, wherever you are in your life, you can do whatever you want.
While staying home because of the pandemic, this artist decided to get crafty to help raise money for LGBTQ youth.
And in my case, I'm adding some extra pieces to turn it into a complete steampunk, post-apocalyptic, Edgar Allan Poe inspired mask costume combo.
Since masks have become a part of Americans' daily lives, Maryland Art Place invited people all over Baltimore to decorate these essential items for a cause.
So the event is put together to raise funds for the Baltimore Community Foundation's LGBTQ fund. So the organization is providing a base. It's a canvas cutout mask with straps ready to put on.
Artist Joan Cox says that after picking up a canvas base, participants were able to paint right on them.
All artists are welcome to create a mask. And even those who don't think they're an artist, but you just like to craft and glue or do anything at all, are welcome to create a mask.
Maryland Art Place then held a virtual silent auction, with 40% of proceeds going back to local artists who have been hit hard by the pandemic. The other 60% of the proceeds were allocated to the fund.
The LGBTQ Fund supports a variety of organizations in Baltimore who provide things like peer counseling, suicide prevention for LGBTQ youth, advocacy to address inequities in schools, foster care systems, and juvenile systems, professional development for teachers who are supporting LGBTQ youth, health services.
Cox says the auction raised $13,500 in total for the LGBTQ fund. We hope you liked these stories of people who haven't let the pandemic stop them from supporting the LGBTQ community. How are people building community during the pandemic where you live? Let us know in the comments below, and thanks for watching Stitch.